Hello and welcome back to the Master Gardener Mondays. I'm Andrea Stiff, the Barron County Extension Agent for Horticulture Education. I hope you enjoy our images and projects that the Master Gardeners and the community members have been working on. So the first one we're going to look at today is actually some irises that are in our Master Gardener Wanda Kinslow's garden. There are hundreds of species and cultivars of irises in all different colors all across the rainbow. So if you're looking for something that's a little bit versatile and that can be put in pretty much any garden in some shape, form, or fashion, the iris might be for you. They can range from about 6 inches to 4 feet tall, and they do like to have full sun, but the afternoon shade is good for their flowers. So that is something if you want to look at planting. They normally like to be planted in late summer to early fall. And if you're looking to get some for a reduced price or even free, you can check with your friends and other master gardeners or other gardeners in the community and see if they have some that are ready to be divided late this summer or fall. Next, we're going to have the azalea. Again, this is a versatile plant. There are many different shades of flower. So you'll see here we have one that's pink, and this is in Master Gardener Wanda Kinslow's garden again. They like to have the cool, partial shady areas. They do have shallow roots, so they don't like to have excessive moisture. They need to be watered, though, during dry periods, especially during the summer. If you plant in the spring, you want to make sure that you do water them during the heat of the summer. And they do prefer a pH somewhere between a 4.5 and a 6, so you may need to do a little bit of soil alteration if you're trying to grow them and have them thrive. Here's another one, and this is in my garden. It is a white version of the azalea, and they are actually in bloom right now. So you can see them actually behind me here. We'll move on to the next thing, and this is going to be a landscape bed. This is actually from a master gardener from another county. She has sent me these and shared some of what she's been working on. When she found out what we were doing, she was pretty excited. So now is a good time to actually revamp your landscape. You can refresh the mulch, add new plants, maybe some of the popular things that are out this year. And you may be thinking that the garden looks a little skimpy, but you want to make sure that you're allowing your plants room to grow. So don't crowd stuff in there so tight that it has nowhere to grow when it gets a little bigger. You want it to look a little bit sparse so that when it grows and blooms throughout the season, it'll have room to go. And that will also help your air circulation and keep some of your disease impacts and insect impact down. This is a pollinator garden by the same master gardener from the other county, Miss Glenda Burke. She's been working on the pollinator garden for a little while, and she's got some milkweed, some fennel, some dill, and lots of other blooming varieties. We need to care about our pollinators because without them, some of our vegetable or flower plants would not be able to be pollinated. And so we definitely survive by our partnership with pollinators. So we want to make sure that we're providing them homes throughout the season. This next slide is going to be some container gardens by our master gardener, Glenda Eaton. So whether it is vegetables or flowers, containers can actually be made to look very pretty. Some places you may not be allowed to have a garden, but you could have a container on your patio or something like that. So there are options out there. If you have challenges on figuring out how or what you can grow in a container, feel free to contact us. We'll be glad to help. Also, containers are great right now, especially with the holiday coming up this weekend. My mother always loves to get flowers for Mother's Day, and if I give her one that's already completely planted and done, she's even happier because she doesn't have to do the work except for watering. So maybe think about that. Here's another one from Master Gardener Glenda Burke, and something I like to think about when I'm doing flower containers is I like to have a spiller, a filler, and a thriller. Your spillers are going to spill over the edge and kind of give you that nice cascading look. Your filler is going to kind of help fill up your pot and kind of maybe add a little bit of pop of color. And then your thriller is going to maybe be that thing that sticks out, maybe add some texture or height to your arrangement. So be sure to think about your spillers, fillers, and thrillers when you're fixing your containers. So this one is going to be the first rose of Miss Wanda Kinslow's garden season. So she was pretty excited and took a close-up of one of her knockout roses. Roses prefer a full day of sun. Usually they like to have the sun in the morning so that they can get their leaves dried off, and it helps to like reduce the disease impact and pressure. They also need to be watered deeply. You don't want to water them shallowly every day. You want to water them deeply a couple times a week. There are many different types of roses, and they do make a great gift. and you want to think about pruning them, and pruning is going to depend on the variety that you get. So if you have questions about when or how your rose needs to be pruned, feel free to give us a call at the extension office and we'll try to walk you through it. Next, we're going to have some hydrangeas. Again, there's many different varieties, many different sizes. They can get anywhere from 3 feet to 15 feet tall, and be as wide as about 12 feet. So if you're looking for something to maybe be a corner piece or fill up a pretty big space, you can get hydrangeas that can do that, or you can get some smaller ones that maybe are just a shrub in your flower bed. Most do well in part shade, and some will tolerate full shade and some will tolerate full sun. So when you're shopping for your hydrangea, make sure that you're looking at what the requirements are for that specific variety and learn where it may be best will be placed in your landscape. And if you have questions, again, feel free to reach out. The hydrangeas are best planted in spring or fall. Just make sure you're not doing it when it's too hot or if there's a chance of maybe a frost coming. And then we have a lovely garden prep picture from the Young family in Metcalfe County. They're getting ready for their vegetable garden, and we hope that they have a very bountiful season. I hope that you all have enjoyed this week's Master Gardener Mondays. And if you have projects that you or your family have been working on and would like us to feature the pictures, please feel free to email them to andrea.stith@uky.edu, or you can tag the Barron County Cooperative Extension Facebook page. Hope you all have a great week.